Welcome from the home of the New York Mets, Citi Field in Queens. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Chicago White Sox going up against the New York Mets. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. Just about to get started. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Here comes the 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Ball outside.
Started to go at the 1-2. A check on it to third. No swing. Earl Hendricks with the call. Hammer, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting second, left fielder Derek Hill.
And the batter now, Derek Hill. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Oh, 1 down. In for a strike. Good slider. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. That's out to center field. Robert under it. And there's 1 down. One out, man at first. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Yep.
Swings through that one, out in front that time.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Ball.
Montgomery at first, 1 gone.
Ball 2.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Line drive, base hit right field. Around second, on his way to third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Vargas. First pitch misses.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That misses. And the count is 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
This one in the air right field. That one back there.
That's
and
foul.
He can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. 2 on, 1 out. That's outside. And now 3-1.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations. And right here with the middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring.
Runner on the go. And that one in the air center field. Robert has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out. Fires to the plate. Safe. And they take the lead. Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. And it's fouled away. The 0-1. Tap foul at the plate.
Ball.
One run across in the frame so far. You're in the third and final game of the series.
Ball.
This one smoked on its way out of here. A two-run shot, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. So 2 down. So up next for Chicago, Luis Angel Acuna. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Lindor gets under it, and that'll do it. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets.
High.
And brings it in at the wall. Here's Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball. Ball.
That one missing inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Oh, great stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
No, that's in.
In the air, right field. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here in Queens, top of the 2nd, Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox. And first offering is fouled off. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well.
Plate.
A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
And that one finds its way through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
My drop in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1. That's ripped. Base hit. Lead runner around second. Now back in safely at first.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Edgar Caro swings through it for strike 1. Now 1-1. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Lindor, that's 1. And a run scores on the double play. Base is empty after the double play. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Popped up. Lindor. And that is that. Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the inning, Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets.
Ball 1.
Hit in the air, left field. And a quick out, number 1. Here's Luis Robert, also known as La Pantera.
Robert Jr.
Burr He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself
Inside.
in. You like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. And now 2 balls and a strike.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Takes it in for the out.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Lined into right, and he misses it. It drops in. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
He was all over that one. That was maybe even a little off the plate, but no problem getting the barrel to it. Man, he does such a nice job, and that's what you're supposed to do with the pitch in that location.
Ball 1.
Brett Beatty, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Man on second, 2 down. And he can't come up with it. And he's out on the tag. Ping pongs around a bit. All set for the start of the inning. Stepping in, Derek Hill. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. Did not go. And it's 1-1.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
In the air, right field, Benj should have this one. And there's one away. So up next for Chicago, Munetaka Murakami. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And the 0-2.
Ball 1.
In the air to left center. Soto on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox. Miguel Vargas.
Miguel Vargas.
Outside. Ball.
Out towards left center. Robert hustling after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Set for the bottom of the third. Leading off, Carson Benj. Swing and a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there. And boom goes the dynamite. He muscles that one out of here. And they close the gap. It's 4-1. Next to hit, Francisco Alvarez. That one's in there. And it's 0-1.
Well, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
The 1-1.
No,
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Check swing called strike. Strike 1. And it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard. Juan Soto now. Grounded out his first time. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Too high. What does that mean, too high? Who cares? It's gone. Juan Soto goes deep. It's their second home run of the inning. One down. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. There's a swing and a drive. That one hops against the fence.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Polanco in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And he swings through that one.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to as far as...
And there are 2 outs. Here is Marcus Semien. Doubled his first time up.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Murakami moving under it. And the inning is over. Back here in Queens as we go to the top of the 4th.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal their momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning. You know, these White Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
The 1-2. This one in the air, center field. Robert on his way over, and there's 1 down.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
So up next, Luis Angel Acuna. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Acuna tries to hold up, appeal to first. Nope, he held back. 2-0. And ball another 3. Ball. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Robert on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. So up next for Chicago, Brooks Baldwin. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball. That's a strike.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Inside. Ball, no. 2-1. That's ripped into the outfield. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair, and even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your...
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Edgar Caro getting ready to hit. He hit into a double play his first time up. Sean Manaea taking over on the mound.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and the little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
That's a ball.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
At the plate, Colson Montgomery. Base hit into the outfield. Coming home. In comes the run from second.
Waste no time there. It sounded different than most hits coming off the bat. You don't need numbers to tell you the ball was hit extremely hard, but at 115 miles per hour, that's not an exit velocity you see very often. Very impressive.
2 on, 2 outs.
Ball 2.
Slice to right. Full extension. Makes the catch. Back here at Citi Field, bottom of the 4th, Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. White Sox going with a new arm, Sean Newcomb.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Ball.
Next
Ball.
offering misses. Ball 2. And another ball. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Acuna under this one. And there's one away. Now it's the right fielder, Carson Benj.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Swing and a ground ball. Over to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. Francisco Alvarez digs in now.
No.
Hill on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Back here in Queens, ready now for the 5th inning. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike 1.
You know, these White Sox really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Oh, look at the stop. Off balance feet. There's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry. Base is empty after the double play. Andrew Benintendi steps up. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-0. Lifted in the air. Left field. Pretty well struck. Stretches out and hauls it in. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
Acuna in and to his right. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Comes up empty.
Ball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the second out. So up next for New York, Bo Bichette. Check
Ball.
swing. He held up. Ball one. Too high. What does that mean, too high? Who cares? It's gone. A solo shot. And they cut into the lead. It's 6-4. So 2 down. Next is the righty reliever out of the pen, Jordan Hicks.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Ball.
And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And now Marcus Semien steps up in a big spot. That's a strike thanks to the sweeper. And that will end the inning. Back here at Citi Field, all set for the top of the 6th. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. That's to third. Bichette whips it to first.
You're out.
And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. So digging in, Brooks Baldwin, a switch hitter batting right. And first offering is fouled off. Nice grab. Throw to first, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Everything came together for him. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly.
Here goes the runner. Flying drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Couple of singles back to back. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Here's the catcher to hit, Edgar Caro.
Ball.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Inside. Just missed.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he...
Well struck left field. That one hops off the wall and should score at least 1. 1 run is in, and he'll reach second with 1 away.
Comes through with the RBI. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
No,
Montgomery
inside.
up to bat next, lays off for a ball. And it's even up. Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball. 2 on, 1 out. On the ground. Base hit. 1 run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. So up next, Derek Hill.
Now pitching for the
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Luke Weaver.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
The 1-0. In the air, right field. He's there. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. Save! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Ball 1.
Montgomery off of first with 2 away.
Ball
2 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Fastball is outside. There's a strike. And a foul ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
3-2 now. So a walk puts runners at first and second. Now the third baseman, Miguel Vargas. Out towards right center field. Bench on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And back here in Queens, bottom of the 6th inning. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Vargas zips it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Bench, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. That's a base hit, and that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Mets.
Now here is Francisco Alvarez. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. Back to the top of the Mets order, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. New pitcher on here, Chris Murphy.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And the 1-0. Up the middle. The flip. 1 at second. Double play.
Got it.
What a twin killing to end the inning. Benintendi to start it. He's already homered here in this one. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Next to hit, Luis Angel Acuna.
Ball. Ball. No, that's in. Hurt.
And a base hit up the middle. 3-2 throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Brooks Baldwin the next to hit. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Foul ball there. Yo, 1.
Ball. Ball.
First and second, no outs here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering clips the zone count even at 2. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Runners on the move. In the air, right field, Bench. Going back on this one. He makes the grab. And up next for Chicago, Chase Mydroff. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue finish off this hitter.
New pitcher on now, Ryan Hudson.
Bringing in the lefty with left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
2 on, 1 out.
Ball 1.
That just misses. And that's ball 2. There's a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. That's off the mark. Full count now. Double steal. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Out number 2. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Now it's the White Sox catcher, Edgar Carroll. Runners on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to third. Ow! And that. Bottom of the 7th. In Bo Bichette, new pitcher for the White Sox, Mike Vassell.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Ball.
Vargas sends it across to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. The batter now, Jorge Polanco.
Ball.
Steps on first for the out. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Luis Robert. Montgomery. The throw to first.
No,
they don't come much closer than that. Back here at Citi Field. We're at the top of the 8th. Edgar Carroll steps to the plate for the White Sox. That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 1. This one in the air center field. Robert coming on, and there's 1 down. Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Colson Montgomery. That's a ball.
Outside.
Tried the sweeper. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch. 2 outs, base is empty. So up next for Chicago, Derek Hill. High fly ball, right field. Binge coming on, and that is that. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 8th, Marcus Semien up now for the Mets.
Marcus Semien.
Ball inside.
Ball to strike. The pitch. That one's back there. Makes the catch up against the wall. And now it's Mark Vientos. Fought off foul. And a foul ball. And that gets down into the gap. Around first and hustling for second. Into second, and he's got a double.
Really nice job, a 2-strike hitting in that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it in.
White Sox going with a new arm, Tyler Gilbert.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Bench swings through it for strike 1. Liner caught at second.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Alvarez in the box now, takes strike 1. Swing and a foul out of play. Man at second. Fights it off. He'll see another. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. All set to start the 9th in this one. Stepping in, number 5. And that's outside. And that's ball 1.
No.
Hudson in his second season, 28 years old. They got him off of waivers earlier this season. And there's a foul ball. Here's a 2-1. And that skips in the dirt. In for a strike. Full count now. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Miguel Vargas steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Hey. Ball 2.
And the 2-2. Up the middle. A dive. Nice stop to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the White Sox.
2 down, base is empty. Tristan Peters getting ready to hit. As a pinch run. Now a move being made for a pinch hitter. Austin Hayes looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. The new pitcher in the game, Oscar Brazoban.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
2 down, nobody on. And that's downstairs. And it's 2-1. That one fouled off. Just misses the mark outside the zone. And that's a fair ball. Can't glove it cleanly. So a man at first. And up next for Chicago, Luis Angel Acuna.
Ha!
That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
The 0-1.
That's a ball.
Two on, 2 outs. Line shot into the gap should score at least 1. Hayes coming around third. 1 run across. A second scores as well. It's a 2-run double. It's 11-4.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Sosa swings through it for strike 1. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Ripped, but it curls foul. And it gets by him.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right now.
Runner on the move. That's in for a strike. No throw, safe at second. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there, and boom goes the dynamite. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they cut into the deficit. It's 11-6. So they turn to their closer, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they call it.
Swing and a deep drive. This one's got a chance. Way back there, and boom goes the dynamite. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His second home run of the game, and they're chipping away. It's 11-7. Polanco, the next to hit, takes outside. Nobody out with 3 runs in already this frame. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. The underhand flip, and they get the out. Luis Robert now.
Ball one.
Fouled off left side. Acuna coming on. And there's 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. Now it's Marcus Semien. Acuna moving under this one. And he's got it. Ball game. And the White Sox slug their way to a win in this one.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
An 11-7 final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.